Okay, we're preparing 38 Special Brass to load black powder blanks. Now, factory 38 Specials come with a flash hole that's about 78 thousandths of an inch. And what we need is a flash hole that's 140 thousandths of an inch. The reason for that is because when you shoot a blank, if this hole is small, the primer can back out because there's no pressure up front to push it back in when the case goes back against the firing pin, and it'll hang up on the cylinder of your revolver. Like with a live round, when you shoot it, it's just the basic laws of physics. The primer backs out, but when that bullet and the pressure behind it goes out, it shoves that case back and pushes the primer back into the case. You don't have any problem with that. Blanks don't have that forward pressure, so that it doesn't have anything to push it back in there. So, and with like a 45 long Colt, that I get these from Starline Brass. If you don't know if you can see that on the head, it says 45 LC blank. They come already with a 140 thousandths hole, so the primer doesn't back out on them. Now, how I came up with a way to do that, I started with a 2-inch, 1/2-inch bolt, cut the head off of it. I'll just go through, and then I put it in my drill press, and I used a crosscut file to file down the threads. Then I used a mill file to fine it up until I got it down to the size that would fit my 38 Special case. Then I put it in this board. Put my press table back on here. What I've got to hold this is I call it a nutcracker. A couple pieces of oak with a hinge on the end. And I've got a ink pen spring in there so I can open and close it. Drill the hole, and how I use to hold the case, keep it from slipping, it won't mar the case, put a couple of daubs of hot glue on it. That holds that case. The homemade jig I made pulls it up straight. Drill it out. And you've got a case with a 140 thousandths hole. Now there's just enough shoulder in there inside of where the primer goes. It holds the primer. If you drill it out much more than that, the primer may push on into the case. But that, 38 is probably the smallest caliber I'd use to do that with. I'll do one more. After I do a few hundred of them, the glue doesn't get so sticky, and I'm sitting here and I'm just repetitive. I can do quite a few in a minute. That's all we got to do on that.